6:21 now. Big welcome home for two Kern County heroes who rode across the country to raise awareness about veterans issues. Jeremy Stout and Wesley Barrientos arrived at the Wall of Valor Saturday afternoon, right where it all began 100 days ago, of cycling, another long day of air travel, and they were finally home after 3 months on the road. The veteran duo rode more than 3,500 miles to the Veterans Memorial, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C., and along the way, they visited with injured veterans and say those heroes were the reason for this mission.
By some of the people that we had come in contact with, hopefully we've given them hope not to commit suicide, or maybe to get out there and ride a bike and have a more healthy lifestyle. So, there's many different things that we set out to accomplish on this mission, and I believe we did it.
I don't think the mission is accomplished. I think we accomplished our goals. We accomplished our goals of raising awareness. But we still have a big mission. We haven't ended veteran suicide, and that's going to be a fight we're going to be doing forever.
Yeah.
So what is next for the duo? Well, Wesley says he plans on going back to school. USC?
Yes, sir.
Jeremy's getting ready to be a first-time dad, and they join us here live in studio. We watched them ride through nearly a dozen states. They ended up in Washington, D.C., laid a wreath at the Vietnam Veterans Wall on Memorial Day. Now they are here to share some of those experiences. Gentlemen, first of all, congratulations again. Welcome back to the set. And I got to tell you, now you were just telling me, from here, Operation Yard Work. Have you succeeded?
Absolutely. Well, actually, still a long ways to go on that. Yeah, it was funny. Wesley and I were talking this morning, and that was the first thing that we did. Is we went and did a yard work at home. That's the first thing I did. As soon as I got home, I pulled out my mower and started mowing my lawn just to kind of get back in the routine.
Great to see you guys. The mower's over there where you left it.
Yeah.
Tell me, what's the one thing? I mean, I know you have so many experiences, the two of you, but if you could, is there one particular thing in each of your experience that stood out on over this 100 days?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, for me, was definitely going back to Fort Campbell. I haven't gone to Fort Campbell since my deployment in 2007, October 2007. And going back over there, seeing some of my old brothers, they're still there, seeing the changes that have been made, and especially seeing one of our memorials that's there. It brought up a lot of memories. And, one of those memorials we have there also has one of our local heroes' names on it, Brett Land, who was in my platoon. Seeing all those things there, it meant a lot to me.
How about you, Jeremy?
Actually, it brings up that's one of the memories that I kind of put in the bag. But watching Wesley, he had a bracelet that he wore with two of his guys, and he actually left it there at the memorial at Fort Campbell. To me, that was pretty powerful. Then again, I met a gentleman in Boulder City, Nevada. He was a single amputee Vietnam veteran, and he said that the best thing that had happened to him in 7 years was Wesley and I coming to visit him and sharing a root beer float. When the guy is crying and stuff like that. And then I had one other incident with a World War II veteran. He kind of told me some of the stories that he had while he was in combat. But then he kind of looked at me and he said, I've had a good life. I'm ready to go home. And something like that. It's like, man, did this guy just give his final closure? When we walk out of here, is he going to pass on? It was just kind of weird. But there's so many memories that we've had. I mean, it was just an amazing experience. And I thank God and thank Kern County and Bakersfield for, helping us achieve our goal.
Yeah. And, it wasn't without roadblocks, too. I mean, Wesley, you had a couple of crashes.
Yes, sir.
Whatnot. Was there ever a point, or what, I shouldn't say was there ever, what point was it where you finally realized we're going to make it? Was it early on? Was it in the middle of the ride?
For me, I never thought we were not going to make it. I always knew we were going to make it. It just depending on how we were going to make it. Either stumbled in, crawling in, anywhere we were going to make it, reach our goal. So,
for me, it wasn't until probably like day 92, day 93. I mean, because up until that point, my mind was scrambled. Physically, I was tired. But about day 92, it was like it's right there. I'd count the rides down. There's 5 more rides to go. You can do this. There's 186 miles to go. You can do this. So about day 92.
Yeah, you did have a couple of interesting experiences along the way as far as like people unable to share the road with you, which is kind of amazing in that respect. But one of the things that you were talking about after the ride, after you got there, your experience at the wall, I'd like you to talk about that. And then I'd like you to, Jeremy, if you could, touch on your visit to Walter Reed after that, if you could.
Jeremy actually is the one that was at the time of arrival. You know, he's the one that rode in, so I mean, I think he's the best one to talk about that.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, today, are you talking about the ceremony with
Well, I'm
President
talking about the
Obama?
ceremony at the wall.
Oh, okay.
Because we have video of the two of you. You were at the wall. You were at the
Right.
ceremony. You were walking up, planting flags that you had collected along the way and stuff like that. Just what that meant to you.
You know, it was a deep experience because for me to be able to read the notes that those guys left for their fallen, seeing the things that they're feeling 40 years later, I felt them. I feel the same things that I feel right now, and it's a weird feeling, but it lets you know that I'll never forget that stuff, and it's always gonna be there with me. All I got to do is fight it. You know, we're in this for the long run.
And you had a chance to visit somebody at Walter Reed.
Absolutely, Jeremiah. I forget how
Fine.
Fine. You know, he's a Bakersfield High School graduate. He's also a Marine. He's also wounded in combat, double amputee, messed up his left hand pretty good. Wesley and I were able to go in there and talk to him, and he was in pretty good spirits. Yeah. Wesley spent, I think, what, 3 days there with him?
I went in total 4 times to see him, but one of those times he was in surgery, getting a couple cleanups on his wound. So.
But it's, you know, for us, the whole experience is, for me, it was very humbling. You know, to know, you know, that there's 58,241 names upon the Vietnam Memorial Wall. Those guys, regardless of political views and stuff, I mean, they've paid the ultimate sacrifice, whether people believe it was the right war or not. I mean, they were true heroes. I don't care what any media person says. They're true heroes. Anybody that gives their life up for this country is a hero, period.
Let me ask you, we're running out of time, but are we going to get to see some sort of a video book of your journey at some point with all the pictures you've taken?
I started on it the other day on the plane. We're putting it together. We've got probably about 10,000 pictures to go through, and I mean 100 stops, and so we're going to do everything we can to put something together and get something together. We're going to have a homecoming party as well, actually dinner. And so we want to be able to, you know, we want to share these experiences because, you know, 99% of the population of the world probably won't ever be able to do something like this. And so we want to make sure that we get as much information and share with people as much, because it was all about healing hearts. And hopefully by doing that, we might be able to heal some hearts right here in Bakersfield.
Well, when you're ready to release that, please let us know so we can get that out there.
Absolutely.
Wesley, Jeremy, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
All right.